Welcome back to another episode of our Wednesday Icon Talk. This is yours truly, His Excellency the Car, and I'm the Director of Operations at GODSU, and I'm the CEO of the Car Marketing Tools, and I'm with my guest Co-M.C and engineer, our Vice-Chancellor, His Excellency Dr. Willis Eubanks, Chaplain, and he is the Vice-Chancellor of GODSU as well as the CEO of Take Action Now, It Inc., doing business as Tenant. And we're going to be interviewing our WOP.
There it is.
That's right. Our woman of power, who is our Assistant Dean, Apostle Dr. Adrienne Jackson, and she is the CEO of Adrienne Jackson International Fire Ministries, Inc., and Global Expert Solutions, LLC. And hallelujah, blessed be the name of the Lord Entertainment, LLC. Without any further ado, our guest Co-M.C, please take us away.
Okay, wonderful. It is indeed a pleasure to interview you, Apostle Dr. Adrienne Jackson. I want to, first of all, just say that you've been an invaluable addition to GODSU. We love your passion. We love your integrity. We love your enthusiasm. You have really changed the trajectory of GODSU in many more ways than we can ever think. So I want to, first of all, tell you that because sometimes we don't appreciate the well until it runs dry. And certainly we hope that all continues with all of your contributions and you really have made a big difference.
Thank you. Thank you. Amen.
So much. Thank you. And I want to begin by reading your bio. Apostle Dr. Adrienne Jackson, Chaplain, is a fivefold international ordained and licensed minister who has served in various ministerial functions since 2005. She's a military veteran and presents a doctoral and as a doctoral candidate at Regent University. Apostle Dr. Jackson is dedicated to helping business leaders and organizations develop strategic leadership and organizational plans. So with no further ado, welcome and thank you so much for being our WOP, Woman of Power, today. And so I wanted to ask you a couple of questions and so people can get a chance to know you and feel your heart. What, I guess the first question is, what's been the key to your journey for success?
Well, first of all, let me just say good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure and honor to be here with two distinguished gentlemen, His Excellency Carr and Vice-Chancellor, His Excellency Vice-Chancellor, Dr. Eubanks. And it's just, every time I get an opportunity to come before everyone on behalf of Global Obadiah Seminary and University, God always puts something on my heart very unique to share with everyone concerning my connection with GODSU. But I just want to thank you for just giving me the honor and the privilege to be a part of what the mission and vision is of Global Obadiah Seminary and University. And I'm excited about what God is doing. And I know what God has been speaking to me about expansion for the school. And so just be excited and stay encouraged. You know, we are a team here at Global Obadiah Seminary and University, and we love each other, and we have a common goal to bring others into what we're doing, to help entrepreneurs, to help them develop the spiritual skills, the entrepreneurial business skills that they need. So it's been a blessing to me. So I just want to say thank you. What has been the key to the journey of my success? Well, one thing that God has always given me is patience. Patience and endurance, and the tenacity to not quit, irrespective of what's going on in my current circumstances. I've been through many trials and tribulations. It's been difficult. It's been hard, but with the grace of God that has been sufficient in my life, and His mercy that has been abundant in my life, and His love that has been everlasting in my life, I've been able to endure. I've been able to continue to be patient on God and wait on God. God told me years ago, back in 2012, to go back to school. And here I am in my 40s, late 40s, go back to school. No, you go back to school and you finish your degrees. And my plan was just to do full-time ministry and, work on my businesses. But God says, I want you to go back to school. Well, it takes patience. When you're an older adult, a working adult, it takes patience. It takes endurance. It takes courage. It takes tenacity to say, you know what? I'm not going to quit. I'm going to keep moving forward. And that's what has kept me moving forward. And that's what's really been the journey of myself, and staying humble and clothing myself with humility. That's what's really helped me to be successful.
That's beautiful. I love that. And, just before we went on air, you were talking about basically being a continuous individual, what I call a lifelong learner. And I think that's wonderful. So, having patience, having endurance and humbleness, I really, really love that about you. And I want to say, definitely stay encouraged. Just before we came on air, I was reading about this gentleman who just got his PhD from Howard, and he turned 70 years old. He's and getting his PhD. Yes, he even had to stop and get surgery along the way. That's great. He started, I think, in his mid-60s. So definitely stay encouraged. And I'm speaking to myself as well, because I'm a lifelong learner as well. So I think that's wonderful. Yes. Along that line, one of the things that I love about you is that you're a leader of leaders, but yet you're not too high on your horse, as they say, to talk to everyday people. And I remember some of the testimonies that you've shared along the way, where you've talked to people who didn't have shoes, and you came back, gave them shoes, and those kind of things stick with you, because we all should be humble enough to talk to if you're CEO of your company, you should be able to talk to the garbage men who are garbage, cleaning lady, as well as your managers and subordinates. So I think that's wonderful. Next question I have for you is, what are some of the initiatives that you're doing this time as a leader? I know listening to you, I know you're a planner and a long-term planner, and so tell me about some of the initiatives that you're doing right now as a leader.
Well, I have a big heart and a lot of love for people, and I'm a visionary, and I always believe that whatever God gives me, that I will have impact on others. And so with that being, God always downloads in me different ideals. And one of the campaigns I'm working on is called Save Every Child. And what this campaign is, I'm actually in the design stages of it, and I'm talking to people right now and working with other women, but it's a campaign that's going to help wed and unwed mothers that are pregnant, to encourage them to not to abort their child, but not to abort the child or to give the child up for adoption, but to help them through their process to provide holistic needs in every area of their life. And the ideal is to pool our resources, pool our expertise from people within the community. For example, if they need help with paperwork to fill out to get medical care, whatever it is they need. And so that is one of the campaigns. But another campaign that God really put on my heart that I would like to start, I really want to go into the African American communities, because people are hurting. There's a lot of, I was just, in my heart, I was just crying out to God because of the police shootings and African American men that are just being shot and killed. And so I want to go into the communities and just encourage families, to lift up families. And I really want to help the young men, because our young men have been beaten up for so long. And I want to change their mindset, attitude, and behavior towards their self, letting them know that, hey, you are a king, and you are a priest, you are worthy in the eyes of God. Don't look at the circumstances of what's going on. Just because you may be in a situation where you may not finish high school, you may not have gone to college, but you are intelligent enough. See, God gave each and every one of us the intelligence. He gave each and every one of us a gift. So I really want to work with the young men to build them up, to build their self-esteem. And I just think our young men have been beaten up for too long. And that's something that God really put on my heart last night. As I was just resting in his presence.
That's absolutely beautiful. And I think you're so right on that. It takes a village. You know, one of my focuses has been actually taking this young man, to the prisons, encouraging young men, going to the junior high, middle school, high school, keeping them encouraged. About 3 years ago, there was a minister that came on the radio, local minister, who said, I want as many people to come out as possible to support our young men. We primarily want men to bring men, but we accept everyone. And so long story short, I went to this middle school. There's a middle school where there's so much gang activity. It's a choice of either joining the gang and getting money, getting drugs, getting sex, all of those things, or going to school and getting beaten up. And I'm thinking, boy, those are not great choices, right? When I was their age, my hardest decision was whether I was going to play football or basketball. And it just touches my heart. So I will be lending time and effort to do our best to try to help encourage these young men, give them other options as well. And so I'm really happy to hear about both those initiatives that you're doing, and especially the men. It takes a village. We're going to need women and men to address these issues. So I applaud you on that. I want to also say too, as we were talking earlier, you're able to bring in, you're a leader among leaders, I would say, because I think about some of the people that you brought forward to GODSU. They've either have earned PhDs or they're apostles like you. And I think there's something special about a leader who can bring other leaders. What's kind of been your secret to being able to do that?
Well, I'm a visionary, and I'm always watching and analyzing and observing. And so when I invite people to Global Obadiah Seminary and University, I'm looking at what expertise could they bring to the table that's going to help the organization to grow and to improve and to better service our students. And, the philanthropy work, we do a lot of philanthropy work. So I just believe that, and I'm not limited to whom I talk to, because it's open to what God is going to do for Global Obadiah Seminary and University. So I would say every field of expertise that's out there in every industry, I'm looking at all those industries, and I want to bring those individuals into Global Obadiah Seminary and University, because it's very powerful. This is one of the unique models of institutions that is new to me, and you just don't see a lot of other collegiate schools doing what we're doing. So I'm not limiting the school to just ministry or just administration or just technological. Everybody has something to offer to bring to the table that's going to help us to grow, improve, and work together, and also to go in and let other people know within the African American community, hey, we have attorneys, we have doctors, we have people in the government, we have people that do STEM research. So it's just very, very important to demonstrate to the global world that God has a people of experts that walk in excellence and that has information that could help them. We are change agents. That's first and foremost. We are change agents for the glory of God. And we're going to impact every continent. That's what I believe in my heart. That's the vision that I'm in agreement with God.
Amen. Amen. Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that secret there, because I tell you, you've been so successful. And, what I always love about you is, hey, have you looked at this application? Have you thought about this? And, you're very innovative that way. And so we really appreciate you. And just as I was saying before, words truly can't express our deepest appreciation of you. And it continues each and every day for all the things that you do. So we thank you. We're excited. We're coming up on a graduation that I know you'll be a part of again. You were part of the graduation in December, and reflect back on the December graduation. What was your experience like?
I was like, I'm gonna be funny. I was like a little kid in a candy store. I was excited because to be at that level, to be a part of what I consider a group of elite men and women of God who God has elevated and raised up for such a time as this. And it was just an honor and a privilege. And I always like when I meet people, and if they have a skill set or competency or something that I don't have, and I always want to glean. I always want to learn. And as you were speaking earlier, I'm a learner. I'm hungry to learn something new. I'm hungry to learn from the best. I'm hungry to learn from the legends. And so when God opens up a door for you, you don't want to miss that opportunity, because there's somebody there that has something that God wants to use them for, to impart in you. And so everything was done in excellence. It was just a fantastic opportunity. I felt the love from everyone, and it was just an outstanding experience. And I would encourage anyone, if you know of someone that's going to be graduating, if you are a family member, if you are a friend, if you are a co-worker, listen, register for graduation tickets, register for the Empower You conference. There are living legends, global living legends that are going to share and impart about them, their expertise, and to share what Global Obadiah Seminary University is all about. It's going to be fun. It's going to be outstanding. You're going to laugh, you're going to dance, and you're going to learn, and you're going to grow. Remember that, you're going to grow.
That's beautiful, beautiful. In maybe a couple of sentences as we begin to wrap up, what is a legacy that you would like to leave here at Global Obadiah?
My first and most important legacy that I want to leave, and when I go meet my maker, well done, Adrienne. Well done, Adrienne. But the legacy that I want to leave is that God took someone from the pit to the palace and blessed them and used them as an effective change agent to impact others in the world. And that what my contributions are to Global Obadiah Seminary, that it will be long and lasting and impactful, that people are going to remember, hey, she used to go to, she was a part of Global Obadiah Seminary and University with integrity, with honesty, and for the glory of God.
That is wonderful. We really appreciate all your contributions. We appreciate this interview with you. I've really enjoyed getting a chance to know you better and letting our audience get a chance to know you better. And with that being said, I'd like to for you to give out your contact information so our audience can get in touch with you. This lady is a wonderful lady who has a golden heart, helping individuals and helping institutions to be the best that they can be. She is, whatever she learns, whatever she thinks about, she's on the cutting edge, and she wants to help everyone to get to the next level. And so whether you be an individual, whether you be an institution, so I'd like for Apostle Dr. Adrienne Jackson to give you your contact information so people can reach you.
Absolutely. You may reach me via email at AEJ, period, the word success, SUCCESS777 at outlook.com. And you may reach me at 657-358-0297, extension 1000. That is my local number, and my toll-free number is 1-877-658-0377, extension 1000. Thank you so much.
Audience, and let's give her a round of applause for a great job. And I really appreciate you professionally and personally. So God continue to bless you and your ministry and your family and all the great things that you're doing, Dr. Jackson.
Thank you so much, and God bless you as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And I'd like to turn it back over to His Excellency Dakar, who's been a great co-host, and you're going to talk about outstanding workers. Well, the first worker of God I'd like to introduce is none other than Queen Mother, Her Excellency Dr. Dolores Blakely. She is actually president of New Future Foundation, Inc., and she allowed us to have an NGO called New Future Foundation, Inc., Jamaica chapter. So we thank her. She's been there, I think, for 52 years.
That's right. And we also have our spokesperson for GODSU, our ambassador, His Excellency Dr. Before Adjibiwa, Chaplain, and he is the Ghanaian ambassador to the U.S.
And we have none other than our one and only, our fearless leader, GODSU Chancellor, GODSU Chancellor, the Right Honorable, Her Excellency, Reverend Dr. Diane Moore Eubanks, JD, Chaplain.
And we have helping with administrative work for GODSU, Dr. Kelly Perry, Chaplain, who's the CEO of Kelly Perry Enterprises.
And we have our indispensable administrative worker for GODSU, GODSU Executive Administrator, Her Excellency Dr. Arlene Spann, Chaplain. She's the founder of Arlene Sweats.
And we have our paralegal and administrative worker, Director, Her Excellency Cairo Dr. Eubanks, UN CSR CLC CEC Chaplain, and she's the CEO of Cairo Speaks, Cairo Writes.
And for our curriculum developer for GODSU, we have none other than Dr. Daniel Porte. He's GODSU board member and CEO of Professional Management Enterprises, Inc.
And we have our GODSU official skincare guru, Miss Sharon Wright, and she's the CEO of Belle Safar and is a supporter of GODSU.
And in the PR, the Public Relations Division for GODSU, we have none other than Designate Dr. Terrence Winslow, LSSBB, Designate Dr. Chaplain, 20-year Army retired veteran, author, strategic management consultant, founder of Bravado Investments, LLC.
And we have helping with public relations as well, our Bishop, Dr. Reginald Benjamin, Chaplain, and he is the pastor, CEO, and Bishop of Lighthouse Christian Fellowship Center and is a God Success Teach and Pray co-host.
And another PR, public relations that we have for GODSU is Dr. Malcolm D. Alexander. He's chaplain and founder and president above and beyond the Call Enterprises.
We have Reverend Designate Dr. Sandra Norris Deckard, Chaplain, and she is the First Lady and co-pastor of Greenhouse International Church and is the owner and physician of Genesis Health and Clinic Spa.
Also in the Public Relations Department, we have Assistant Dean Reverend Dr. Lolithia Davis, Chaplain, CEO, and founder of Door to Live in Overflow, God Success Teach and Pray co-host as well.
Our Miss Black Florida Talented Teen, the Miss Black USA title holder for the Sunshine State, Sudan A.L. Eubanks, who's the CEO of Sudan Dolls Games and Apps. She's also a God Success Teach and Pray co-host.
And also we have in the public relations area, we have Kolo Ogun Yemi. He's the general manager of TC City Auto Sales and Inc.
And we have helping with public relations for GODSU, our assistant dean, Designate Dr. Courtney Lodge, MBA, and he's the co-founder and CEO and a master coach at Shore Prophets Academy and Shore Prophets Coach, our assistant dean of GODSU Credit Union and NFFI, J.A.
Hello, everyone. And again, welcome to the GODSU family. It is the place for you to be. So Shore Prophets Academy. What we do at Shore Prophets Academy is that we show small business owners wherever they are on the planet, because we are online, in under 90 minutes exactly how they can double their revenues and profits. So that's what we call the assessment. That's the first step, to show them, to do the diagnosis before you make the prescription, how you can double your revenues. Then we provide C, which is A is assessment, then C is coaching. We coach them how to do this, how to implement these things in their businesses. And then we also go ahead to I. A, assessment, C, coaching, and I is implementation, how to implement these things in their businesses. So many small business owners, they are caught up in the idea of we want more customers or we want more revenues or profits. But those are outcomes to certain well-defined processes. So for example, they would say they want more customers, but there's no way to get more customers other than going through a certain process. And this process would include leads generation, which is marketing. So you can identify potential clients. Then you do the leads qualification, the leads nurturing, and then eventually you get in the sales aspect, which is a leads conversion. And then from there, you go on to get transactions. And now this will produce the revenues that you've wanted. And we move on to more and more transactions. And every small business owner would want to charge higher prices, but they just don't know how to. So they're suffering, and they are unfortunately having to compete on price. This erodes their margin, and eventually most will go out of business. How do we stop this problem? We help by providing assistance to show the small business owners exactly the processes that they can go through to avoid all of this mayhem and this loss of business. So at Sure Profits Academy, we're there to help small businesses to earn sure profits. Every small business owner, as I started to mention, wants to be able to say, instead of charging $1 for a product, they can charge $100 for that product. But why would anybody want to pay 100 times more? Yeah, why would anybody want to buy a Bugatti or a McLaren, right? Or a Lamborghini instead of buying the cheapest car? Price is what you pay, value is what you get. So we show small business owners how to innovate their business, to create value in their business so they can charge higher prices. So instead of sitting and waiting on 100 transactions to get $100, in one transaction, they can get that $100. Or if you want to look at it in terms of the number of transactions, 100 transactions at $1 would give you $100. But now, what would 100 transactions at $100 produce? Look at the massive difference between $100 and $10,000. That's what we do at Sure Profits Academy. We help you, small business owners, wherever you are, to get that good coaching. And let me end with this aspect then on the Sure Profits Academy side. For small business owners, they are there and they're struggling, as we just mentioned. To take them to that next level, we have so many different steps and so many things that we can help with. But once you would have done that assessment, we now set up a complete roadmap for the business owners to show them how they can go ahead and implement these things in their businesses. So here at Sure Profits Academy, we're pleased to be here with you at GODSU, and GODSU is so important on the world stage at this time. It is important, and we're going to help in whatever way we can as members of this fabulous organization to see how we can help to improve the organization. In my own case and my relationships with GODSU as the Assistant Dean of the GODSU Credit Union, it's about helping to build out, flesh out the GODSU Credit Union. And this is, for some people, it's a mystery. You know, how do you create a credit union? But I, having been the CEO of a credit union and CEO of the Caribbean Confederation of Credit Unions, that is 342 credit unions, 18 countries in the Caribbean, we have more than the experience and the expertise to get this credit union to the level where we don't want a credit union just for the sake of having a credit union. No, the credit union is about the members of GODSU. if you're a student, if you're part of the organization in any way, shape, or form, or you're related, you have relatives who are, then you are eligible for membership in the GODSU Credit Union. And this is not like you going to join a bank where you have no say whatsoever in the bank. In the GODSU Credit Union, you are a co-owner, in the sense that this is a true democracy, better than any democracy you would have seen in any country, anywhere, at any point on the planet. So back in Greece, when you have Socrates, Plato, or Aristotle, and those guys, and they're talking about the democracy, the people power, and then you have some countries who have implemented the democratic model. It is still alive and well in its pure form in the credit union, because each member, one vote, one share, one vote in its truest form. And you can become a part owner of the GODSU Credit Union. You get a chance to come into the annual general meeting, to stand up and to say, these are my opinions. As a matter of fact, any member of the organization can be elected to the board of directors or the supervisory or the credit committee. So you're coming in and there's so many opportunities for you. So we'll be talking much, much more. Join us on May 21 and 22, the Empower You Conference and the graduation. And at that time, we will give you a lot more about this GODSU Credit Union and how you can play your part. So here at Sure Prophets Academy, we're delighted to have this relationship with GODSU, which is transforming the world in its own way with members all over the world. I am Courtney Lodge, designate Dr. Courtney Lodge of GODSU, the GODSU family. And in terms of Sure Prophets Academy, you can reach us through my phone number, WhatsApp, 1-876-483-8857. That is 876-483-8857. For email, it would be my name, Courtney Lodge at sureprophetacademy.com. So reach out to us, reach out to the GODSU network, or you can reach me directly for the coaching programs that I shared earlier. So again, thank you very much for joining us here at GODSU. Blessings.
Yes, thank you. Blessings to you as well. Our audience, if you did not catch, he was our Wednesday icon talk mogul last week. So you definitely want to go back and check that out if you can. So thank you very much, our assistant dean, for that wonderful message. And now we have coming up next, helping with public relations for GODSU, our Miss Lorette Ferris. And she is the founder and CEO of iBoss Inc.
And thank you guys so much for having me. My name is Lorette Ferris, and I am the CEO of iBoss Inc., and I'm also the Chief Operating Officer of We.Global. I am a seasoned executive, former investment banker, and small business owner-operator. I enjoy a vast history and experience in managing the operations of small businesses with limited staff to multi-million-dollar going concerns with multiple offices and hundreds of employees. This kind of seasoning positions me to work with various entities where they best need a strong advisor with relevant operational experience and a focus in the private equity space. The 10 years I spent on Wall Street prepared me for today's new capital market. As a former C-suite executive of 2 investment banking firms, I learned the language of the financial markets through lead broker and syndicate activities as we managed initial public offerings. Oftentimes, the process entailed first raising capital for the client through a private placement, which is designed to cover the costs of that public offering and provide some bridge funding. Why is this relevant? My experience has allowed me to mirror the same process used on Wall Street to teach, train, or advise clients on how they can raise capital the same way that they do on Wall Street without a middleman. It has been tremendous working with the team at GODSU, from their strong leadership through their operating at the highest of integrity. It is always refreshing when client and consultant are truly in alignment and on the same page as we work toward a desired result. I have found the GODSU team to always be prepared and knowledgeable, whether discussing their current business or the added services they look to provide those in their care. This family-owned and operated business is one that rises to the top and worthy of being emulated by startups and seasoned businesses alike. If you'd like to reach me, my email is lfarris@ibossinc.net. I am truly enjoying working with this team and what it is they bring to the table that I am learning from. So again, thank you guys so much for having me.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful, wonderful. We're so blessed. Last but not least is Administrative and Public Relations Assistant Dean, Apostle Dr. Adrienne Jackson, Chaplain. She's the president and owner of Global Expert Solution, LLC, and also a great contributor to our God Success Teach and Pray, where we're here every day, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, to uplift and encourage our GODSU family through prayer, scripture, testimony, and sometimes even a song or two. So feel free to join us.
Good evening, everyone. I am so excited to be here with you and share a little bit about my business and what I'm doing. And I want to, first of all, just encourage everyone. If you are thinking about starting a business, do it, because God is prompting you to become an entrepreneur. You are valuable. You have something to offer to consumers and products and services. So I just encourage you to start your business, get started. I am president and founder of Global Expert Solutions, LLC, and what we're doing and how we're changing and impacting the business environment, leaders and organizations. We provide education, we provide training and strategies to help leaders and organizations to develop and grow in the particular industry that they're in. We want to help them cycle through the evolutionary period and the revolutionary period, which involves a lot of innovation. So we want to help those leaders to increase their ideals and what they want to do and how they want to impact. And we offer consultation services. We've done organizational culture assessments, leadership assessments, and anything that an organization needs to help them get ahead. And so I want to talk about recycling within the African American community. I'm looking to network with other entrepreneurs and business owners. We have the power and the authority, hear this word prophetically, we have the power and authority to recycle dollars within our community. And so instead of going outside of the community to get expertise, help, stay within the community, because you have doctors, you have attorneys, you have consultants in every industry. So there's a myriad of opportunities to network and exchange dollars. So remember that we want to network among each other and spend Black on Black dollars. So I hope that you hear that word prophetically and be encouraged, because we can do a whole lot. So I want to talk to you about Global Obadiah Seminary University. I've been with the school since last year and I've grown tremendously. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm learning a lot. There's many legends that are part of Global Obadiah Seminary University's alumni and students, incoming students. And there's just a lot that I have learned and gleaned from as far as my association with GODSU. And they've just, everyone, the family, the Eubanks family, they're just outstanding. They're wonderful. I love them dearly. And, you know, God he gave me a family. How about that? He gave me a family, and I bless the Lord and I thank God for that. And so when God gives you a family, a group of people that are loving, that want to see you get ahead, there's no isms, there's no schisms. And one thing the Chancellor Dr. Diane Moore, her excellence, talks about all the time, there's no isms and there's no schisms, there's no jealousy, and there's no envy, no competitors. We're a team. We want everybody to succeed. The pie is big enough for everybody to have an opportunity to grow. So remember that the pie is big enough for everybody to have an opportunity to grow and prosper. So I just love being a part of Global Obadiah Seminary and University. I'm co-host of the Teach and Pray program. I'm assistant dean and other opportunities that God has given me and afforded me. So I'm very, very grateful and thankful. And you never know what God will do for you through Global Obadiah Seminary University. So God bless you. We love you. And if you check us out on www.godsu.org, and listen, give to the school because they do a lot of philanthropy work, especially over there in Jamaica. The students over there, they need tablets, they need medical equipment, just different areas. We do a lot of philanthropy work. So please give to the school. And we thank you for your contributions. Good evening. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. And we also have helping with administrative work for GODSU, my guest co-MC that's next to me, our Vice-Chancellor, His Excellency Dr. Willis Eubanks, Chaplain. And he's the CEO of Take Action Now, Inc., doing business as TANit. Please take us away.
Well, wonderful, wonderful. Well, you know, as said so well with previous guests, and I'm just so honored to be a part of GODSU and for us to be family, so to speak. And you know, thank you all so much for the kind words. I can remember the very humble beginnings of Dr. Diane having a vision and carrying that through. And because she carried it through, we're all here. All of us that were introduced have been working together for less than a year, but it feels like years because of the integrity, the trust, and we're going to go to the next level. I know that, you know, a rocket, when it tries to leave the Earth, it has different stages, and you guys are going to help us to go to the next stage. And because of your professionalism, your integrity, your honesty, we wouldn't have been ready for this 8, 9 years ago. But God is putting the right people at the right time so that we can go to the next level. And each and every one of you, I have to thank you, Ms. Lorette, you, Desmond, Dr. Courtney Lodge, and Dr. Jackson for being a part of us, and we being a part of you, and helping us go to the next level. So having said that, it's not about me, it's about we, and I wanted to get that out first. Take Action Now is a company that was formed in February of this year. And the whole idea is to train both veterans and teenagers in the area of IT cybersecurity. As you probably know, globally, we're about 3 million jobs short just in the cybersecurity area, 3 million. And people are trying to come up with all kinds of ideas of trying to help with that. So Take Action Now is basically focused on the veterans so that we can use the VI, the veteran bill, to pay for that. And we also want to, at the same time, teach middle and high school students. I'm working right now with a school in Broward County where they have an eye on IT and military so that I can help prepare them for careers in IT. We'll be launching that this fall. I'm really, really excited about it because the students won't have to pay for anything other than the book. The veteran bill will pay for the veterans and their supplies. And so what we'll be able to do is have basically a two-fork pathway to cybersecurity. The same lessons will be taught to the middle and high school students. They'll get certified. One of my mentors is actually in California, where Dr. Jackson is. And over the past several years, they've been able to get middle and high school students with at least two certifications. They come out, they help with desk help, and they come out making $35,000, $50,000. Now, in the state of Florida, the average teacher makes not even $50,000. So these kids literally are coming out with 1 or 2 certificates, making what a teacher would make. And if they stay on that pathway for 5 years, they can make upwards of 125,000 in the IT sector, and it's job security. So we sort of have a two-phase where we fund it through the veterans, and we help and help them as well. Some of them are in their 30s and 40s. They want to do career changes, and this is a perfect opportunity and chance for them. So I thank God for that vision. I thank God for putting the people in place, my mentors, my liaisons who are going to allow these things to happen in the fall. So continue your prayers. This will be another funnel for GODSU and the IT area and cybersecurity, where there's job stability. Again, 3 million jobs short is what they're trying to find at this point. So there's plenty of work, plenty of opportunities, and it seems like every other day we're hearing about someone who got hacked, and even the government is even thinking about putting together kind of like, whenever you have these crashes, they put together the pieces of what happened, what could have maybe they avoided, where they're thinking of doing the same thing for the IT area, because a lot of companies that do business with the government are hacking, right? They're going through those companies and getting into government information. And so, that is on the horizon. So the future is bright for cybersecurity IT. And if you know of anyone who might be interested in our pilot program that'll be starting in September, feel free to give me a call. Our email address is actually takeactionnow1619@gmail.com. And my direct number is 954-955-2284. So thank you so much. Thank you for all that you do. And we really are appreciative of this collaborative work that we're doing together to make a difference and an impact in the world. So thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, we leave the best for last. We thank our administrative worker, the co-host, director, His Excellency Dakar Eubanks, Chaplain, CEO of Dakar Marketing Tools. We thank you for putting all this together, and without you, we wouldn't be here. So we thank you.
Yes, thank you. Glad to be here, and I'm thankful for all of you as well. Like my guest co-host said, this is yours truly, your MC and engineer, His Excellency Dakar, and I'm Director of Operations here at GODSU, and I'm also the CEO of Dakar Marketing Tools. We are an international graphic and printing company providing you with all of your marketing needs to help you and your company grow. Our popular products are branded rings. We also have branded pins, as well as branded golf shirts and jackets. You see our woman of the power, our woman of power, she's wearing her jacket that she has today. She has several. And we also have our GODSU African American History Bible that you see our guest host is holding up there. And it features several African Americans throughout history that are not only in politics and government, but also civil rights leaders, also those in the medical field, as well as science, and also Blacks that are in the Bible. And we also have in large print the books, all the books of the Bible and the scripture, so it's easy for you to read as well. And we also get a feature. You give a donation to the school, you get featured your picture, name, and bio as well. And you'll get 4 of those. Yes, thank you for that. In addition, we also provide merchandise that is crucial to your business's success, such as our magazine. You can hold up. This is our latest edition, our December 2020 edition. We're going to have our May 2021 edition coming out shortly. Look forward to showing you that. But this edition has 342 pages, and our May 2021 is going to have even more. And we feature our students, our supporters, our past alum, and we also have advertisements opening. So you can, if you're not a part of the school as yet and you want to have an ad featured, or you want to donate for the magazine, you can also contact us on how to do so as well. See all the nice spreads as well. You might have even seen some of the people that are on the screen here featured as well.
Yes.
So thank you for showing that with us as well. And we also do banners, flyers, digital business cards, and printed business cards. And with our innovative tools, we can turn your brick and mortar into an e-commerce platform. During this time of constant Zoom meetings and webinars, we at Dakar Marketing Tools want to make sure you're prepared with our Zoom for Profits class. And we finished our Zoom for Profits class live courses, and now we're doing it on demand. So you can register for that. And we have the information on the screen. For $250, you'll know how to make money doing Zoom, Zoom Essentials, Zoom Basics, and how to turn your brick and mortar into an e-commerce platform. You'll also know all the best equipment and resources to use to elevate your Zoom as well. And I also want to, our guests that are on us with us tonight, mention we have our graduation as well as our Empower You conference. You can see the information on the screen. We have our graduation that is taking place May 21st. You definitely want to register for that. You can see how to do so on the screen. And we also have our two-part Empower You conference. We have on day one, our May 21st Empower You conference on the Friday, and then on Saturday, we have a May 2020 Empower You conference as well. You definitely want to register. The tickets are going to go up every Monday going towards our conference. So you definitely want to register now while the tickets are at its lowest. And to those that are a part of GODSU and our supporters, I would like to extend a special appreciation to the GODSU leaders listed above who have volunteered many hours. We especially thank those who have provided actual names, emails, and phone numbers of referrals. GODSU is grateful for the opportunity to add workers of God to our database as well as register for our educational programs. And thank you very much for you joining us tonight. I want to remind you to please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And we have some messages coming afterwards that I'm sure you're going to enjoy. Thank you.
Global Ovid Day Seminary and University GODSU is a 501c3 interfaith e-learning global Florida Department of Education Commission of Independent Studies approved degree issuing religious institution of higher learning under Florida Statute 1005.061F in Miramar, Florida, a suburb of Fort Lauderdale suburbs. Our curricula include programs like our theology diploma, bachelor's, master's, and PhD programs, which are designed for students called to the ministries of teaching and preaching. Program enrollees include pastors, evangelists, missionaries, and laypersons. Our additional courses: Entrepreneurial Studies, premier self-development courses on wealth building. We also offer a mini course for youth, the Junior Ambassador Youth Public Speaking, to gain professional and personal skills. Chaplaincy Diploma, Love and Spiritual Interfaith and Christian programs. Chaplains are trained, certified leaders attached to either a religious and/or non-religious institution or organization. cybersecurity IT courses. Our licensed instructor has a 95% pass rate compared to the 30% national average for CompTIA accredited courses, such as Security Plus and Network Plus. 40% of our alum who've gone through our prestigious GODSU honors programs have also previously matriculated through their earned doctorate programs. Our alum include physicians, ambassadors, statesmen and stateswomen, icons and billionaires, religious leaders, titans in business, global philanthropists such as Ambassador of Ghana to the United States, His Excellency Dr. Bafor A.J. Bewa, Ambassador of Nigeria to the United States, His Excellency Dr. Sylvanus Musafor, billionaire builder and dean, His Excellency Dr. Michael V. Roberts, former Maritime Minister, Government of Nigeria, Honorable Dr. Leke Olawale, President of Fraser Net and Fraser Nation and Power Networking Conference, Dean, His Excellency Dr. George Fraser. Our world-class and esteemed professors include Attorney Her Excellency Reverend Dr. Diane Moore Eubanks, PhD, Chancellor, Physician Dr. Eric Bizetsky, Clinical Health and Nutrition and GODSU Medical Expert, Physician Her Excellency Rhoda Makinde, PhD, Chief Medical Doctor, GODSU, Medical Missions, Dean Michael V. Roberts, JD, PhD, Dean of Entrepreneurship Studies, Dean George Fraser, PhD, Personal Development Studies, Dean Kyra Eubanks, Dean of Junior Ambassador, Professor Willis Eubanks, PhD, Dean of Cybersecurity Program, Professor Reverend Dr. Joseph Hickman, Associate Professor, Theology Program, Professor Imam Dr. Talib Sharif, Professor Interfaith Program and Chaplaincy, Professor Reverend Dr. William Blake, Theology Program Curriculum Development, Professor His Excellency Dakar, Ethical and Successful Marketing Technique, Entrepreneurial Studies.